Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Allie in the Air. If this is your first time on my channel, please stop right now, like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss a video, and leave a comment below if you have any questions. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. About a month ago, I made a post on my Instagram and my Facebook asking everybody to send me any questions they had, flight attendant related questions, any questions they had about life as a flight attendant, because every day I get these questions. So I got a bunch of really good questions. So in this video I'm going to be answering those questions, the real tea about being a flight attendant. Question number 1, why did you become a flight attendant? I became a flight attendant because, number 1, I love to travel. Of course, that's not something you want to say in your interview process, and we'll get into that in another video. But I became a flight attendant because I love to travel. I did a lot of traveling prior to getting this job, and I just figured that this was the perfect career for me to have to, get paid to do what I love. Also, I did a lot of research. I watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos before applying to become a flight attendant, and I did get the understanding that the schedules are extremely flexible. A job where I can travel, get paid to travel, and a flexible schedule, I'm on it. My family's from Jamaica, so my sister and I have been traveling back and forth to Jamaica since I was about 2 years old every single year. So, I was just used to traveling. Right before I started applying to become a flight attendant, I went through some really drastic changes in my life. And for me, it was kind of just like, now's the time. Like, now's the time to follow your dreams. Now's the time to do what you want to do, live for you. I'm 26 years old with no kids. Not that you can't do this job if you have kids, but for me, it was just the perfect time. Question number 2, how do you apply to become a flight attendant? Well, applying to become a flight attendant is actually a lot easier than people think. All you do is visit the career section of the airline that you want to apply for. You go right on their website, go to the career section, make sure your resume is put together, and apply. That's it. Question number 3, how was the process of becoming a flight attendant? Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's a fairly long process. I started applying in October and I graduated from training in March. So 5 months, which is a really fast, that's fast. Step 1 is to make sure your resume is perfect. Google is your best friend. YouTube is your best friend. It's as simple as Googling a flight attendant resume and just tweaking it and making your own. Just make sure it's perfect. Step 2, submit your applications. Do not limit yourselves. Don't just apply at one airline because that's the only airline you want to work for. When I started applying, I applied at 14 airlines. I didn't even know there were that many airlines, but I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. And I knew that whether I started at a smaller airline or, a regional or a mainline, that's what I wanted to do. So even if the airline was my foot in the door, then so be it. If you apply and you don't get the job right away, it doesn't mean that it wasn't for you. It just means it wasn't the right timing. So, try again. What's for you will always be for you. Don't give up. Just keep trying and be persistent. Step 3 is an online assessment. Those little tests you take online, strongly agree, strongly disagree. It was just kind of like that. Common sense questions. Step 4, for some airlines, it's a video interview. For other airlines, it's a phone interview. If you pass the online assessment, you will then do a video interview, which for me personally, I think video interviews are super awkward because it's just you talking to a screen. There's nobody there. It's not like I almost said uvu. You can tell my age, but it's not like a live chat. It's like recorded answers. So for me, that was kind of weird. If you pass the video interview, meaning if you do well and they review it and they like you, they will fly you out to a face-to-face interview. Actually, I can't say they'll fly you out because some airlines you are responsible to cover your own ticket, but a lot of airlines do offer to pay for your ticket to the interview. And if you do good at your face-to-face interview, you get sent to training. So yeah, there are a lot of steps. It is, a tedious, long process, but it is so worth it every single step. Question number 4, how long was training and how was training? So every airline has a different training program. For the airline that I work for, my training was 3.5 weeks long. And let me tell you, it was the longest 3.5 weeks of my life. Seriously, I had a lot of fun in training. I met new friends, but It was very intense. It's a lot of information you have to learn in 3.5 short weeks. You have to score a 90% or above on every single exam, and you're only allowed, you know, 1 retake. So it could be stressful. For me, it wasn't stressful. It was just intense. Question number 5. What does a normal day look like as a flight attendant? Honestly, there is no normal day as a flight attendant. Like, there's no, you know, we don't work 9 to 5. We work based on whatever time the flight is. But not only that, you could be scheduled to work 1 2-hour flight, and that's it for the day. 1 2-hour flight, and that could turn into a 6 7 8-hour day because of delays. Well, crew scheduling could call you and reroute you. Your flight could get canceled and they have to recrew, and then you get sent somewhere else. And nothing's normal. Question number 6. What is your favorite and least favorite layover and why? My favorite layovers are between Phoenix, Arizona and San Diego, California. And those 2 are my favorites because the weather is always perfect. The hotel we stay at in those 2 cities, they allow you to rent a bike, which is super, super cool because you can rent a bike and like bike around or whatever. I never did it, obviously, bike around, like, but you can rent a bike. I like having that option. There's always stuff to do. There's always really good food. The food in San Diego was really good. So Phoenix and San Diego are my top 2 favorites. My least favorite layover is Denver. I really don't like Denver, Colorado. The altitude is high, so it's really dry. I have woken up with bloody noses before. It's always super cold. I'm not a fan of Denver, and for some reason, I'm always in Denver. Question number 7. How many hours do you work in a week? So again, my job, the way our hours work as a flight attendant it's weird. It's not like a normal job. I don't work 40 hours a week. My schedule is based on hours worked per month. The minimum amount of hours you can work is, I think it's 60. And there is no max, I don't think. I usually work anywhere between 95 and 125 hours per month, which to some people can be considered a lot of hours because some people, you know, some people just use this job for the benefits. So they just work the minimum 60 hours a month and boom, they got flight benefits, which is cool if you can afford it, but I can't afford that. So question number 8, how many days do you get off? I usually work about half of the month. So I tend to get off anywhere between 11 to 16 days off per month. Dope, right? I'm spoiled. That's why I'm like, I can't see myself going back to a regular 9 to 5. Like, what job do you know you could work half the month? I usually just use my days off to relax at home, or sometimes if I have enough days off and my pockets allow me, I'll take a trip. Question number 9, do you work with the same people all the time? Actually, no, it's very rare that you work with the same people. Most of the time I'm getting on the plane and I'm introducing myself to the crew, which I like because it's like every day you're working with new personalities. I mean, it can be annoying at times, but I get along with like 99% of the people I meet, so it's never an issue for me. There also is an option called buddy bidding where you can work with the same person. It's kind of like you work with a buddy for the month. Like, there's a way to like do that with your schedule. I've never done it. Question number 10. Do you have a home? Yes, I have a home. If I'm not working, I am home in New York. Question number 11. Do you prep food and bring it to work with you, or do you usually buy food while you're on a trip? I try my best to meal prep because it's healthier and it saves money. I'm not always that good at it. I actually will be recording a what's in my lunch bag video. It's like a tongue twister. Anyway, I'll be recording a what's in my lunch bag video soon, so look out for that. I don't know when it'll be, but it'll be sometime soon. If I don't meal prep, if I don't feel like cooking, or if I don't have time to cook, I'll pack like healthy snacks so that I'm not buying as much food while I'm on a trip. Question number 12. Do you have boyfriends in different cities? Next question. What's the worst thing about your job that nobody usually talks about? I love this question. Seriously, I really love this question, and I'm going to tell you why. Everyone thinks that flight attendant life is so glamorous and easy, but it definitely has its days. I think one of the worst things about being a flight attendant is the fact that we're not paid unless the airplane door is closed. So if I report to work for an 8 o'clock flight and the flight is delayed until 10 o'clock, I don't get paid until 10 o'clock when we close those doors to leave. Like, I'm literally at work working, but I'm not getting paid. But another thing that most people don't talk about is the amount of time you spend alone. I didn't realize how much I enjoy the company of others until I got this job. Don't get me wrong, I really do enjoy my time alone, my me time, my downtime, but you spend so much time alone with this job, so, you know, not everybody likes to be alone, so that could be a downside for some people too. Question number 14. What tips do you have for a friend applying to become a flight attendant? I would say to do your research, watch tons of YouTube videos, do your research on Google, Glassdoor.com is really, really informative as well. Consistency really is key. Stay persistent. That's extremely important with the process of becoming a flight attendant. You really want to stay consistent. Be professional. Clean up your resume. Look the part when you do your video interview. Look like a flight attendant when you go to your face-to-face interview. Look like a flight attendant. Just be very professional. Be yourself, but also, y'all know what to do. Have faith and speak it into existence. It's yours. Don't forget, what's for you will always be for you. And that's all I have, guys. I really enjoyed recording this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.